Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and today I'm going to do a quick review for Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments on the Nintendo Switch. Now, if you've ever heard of this game before, you'll be like, isn't this game really old? And the truth is, this game came out a long time ago, back on the sort of Xbox One sort of PS4 era. I believe it was about 2014. It's been quite a while now since the original came out. But it never got a Wii U port at the time for obvious reasons. The Wii U dying a very quick death. But Frogwares have finally ported this over to the Switch, and they were kind enough to send me a copy of it for this video review. So big thank you to them for that. Now, we have recently covered Frogwares' newest Sherlock Holmes game, which was on the Xbox Series X. Check our review playlist if you want to see that. Now, this game, though, is exactly the same game as the original. Like I say, from what I can remember, it has been a long time since I did play this on the Xbox. I don't think much, if anything, has changed. Obviously, you get the benefit of it now also being portable, which is fantastic. And honestly, I think it runs pretty well on the Switch. Now, it looks great, like I say. I don't think it is as detailed as the original versions, but as with any Switch port, they've done a very good job of making it run well and still look fantastic with the limitations of the Switch. The only complaint I have about it is the load times can be quite long, which isn't ideal, especially if you try to do portableness of it. The load times can be a bit too long for my liking. Now, like I say, the graphics themselves work really well. They look pretty decent, and the sound is on par with other Frogwares games. They've got fantastic voice acting, which is always good in these sort of Sherlock Holmes sort of investigation, sort of story-driven sort of games. So I'm really pleased to say that it's up to that exact same sort of quality. Now, this game compared to the newer Sherlock Holmes games is really good. Like I say, it was well received at the time, from what I remember. I really enjoyed playing it originally, and I've quite enjoyed going back to it and playing it on a different system. Now, this one isn't an open world as of the game. This one is a lot more sort of case based, and in each case it's basically a big puzzle, and you solve it by going to different areas on a map, discovering clues, questioning suspects and stuff like that, and you sort of flip back and forth on the map depending where you want to go, basically, instead of sort of running around in that open area environments and stuff like that. Now, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It works pretty well. It keeps the game sort of solely on each separate case, which I really like. You're able to obviously flick into your sort of Sherlock mode for deducting like what's going on, what's happening, all that sort of stuff. The classic sort of Sherlock sort of tropes that you know and love if you're a fan of the works. And there is also a lot of sort of puzzles to solve in this game as well. Not really hard stuff. I think these are quite tame compared to some of the other Sherlock Holmes puzzles, but stuff like you have to sort of orient pictures correctly and stuff like that, those sort of things. So there's a little bit of everything in there as well. But the general scope of this game is, if you played the original, I think it still holds up. It's still a really enjoyable game. Graphically, it doesn't compare to the original, but it still looks great for a Switch. And when you're playing it in handheld mode, I feel it looks more detailed, obviously, because it's not on the big screen. However, when you want it to look around the environments and stuff, I feel it plays better on a telly than it does on a handheld. But the game itself is great. The locations are really good. The characters are really good. The voice acting is fantastic. It's just let down, like I say, by the load times, which can really sort of take it out here, because they felt like ages, unfortunately. But like I say, other than that, it's a great little game, and if you've never played the original, I highly recommend picking it up, because, like I say, Frogwares always put out decent games. Always, like I say, I've not played a bad one yet, And even though this is technically a much older game, like you say, looking like 8 years old now, it still plays and is an enjoyable like any sort of modern game on the Switch. But it's available right now. It's priced at $25.99 on the Nintendo eShop. Sherlock Holmes Crime and Punishments. And like I say, if you enjoyed this one, I highly recommend checking out the Sherlock Holmes game they've just released this last year on the Xbox or PlayStation. It is absolutely fantastic as well. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.